I'm ready whenever.
Cool. Let me play this little intro and then we'll get to it.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've been here, but this is the Always Be Gaming podcast, and it feels so good to be here. I'm Corbin. To my left is Survivor. If you're watching on the YouTubes, we're here. We're going to be talking about gaming. This is something we used to do a while back. We used to go to some esports events and just discuss whatever we're playing. Whatever we think is fun, keeping up with streamers or anybody that's kind of, the big names in the gaming world. Just keep you in the loop of news and relevant topics of what we think is fun and going on right now. But yeah. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Corbin, everybody in the chat, everybody listening in their car at home. I'm good. Life's good. Don't call it a comeback. We never left. We've been here. It's good to be back, man. I'm super happy to be back in the studio with you, going live, talking about some freaking video games, dude.
Absolutely. It's not something you do. It's a way of life. You have to always be gaming.
Always, my guy. Always. Yeah, and dude, there's a lot out there right now. A lot's happened since the last time that we recorded. There's some good games out there right now. A lot of stuff going on around them too.
A ton. There's a ton of stuff, and there's more to come. But it's fun. But we will, talk about what's relevant. Before we get started on that, everybody, if you could, I think, and this is our first time recording, so give me a break here. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a whole new feed. Past episodes, it's been way too long. Everything has been gone. So be sure to like and subscribe on Apple. Leave a 5-star review talking about your favorite thing that we're talking about or just your favorite games in general. Give us some good feedback. Make sure it's 5 stars no matter what you say. And then follow the Instagram. We're going to post little reels, some highlights of the podcast as well. I might do it on TikTok too. I'm not sure yet, but that's maybe later down the road. But yeah, YouTube will also be there. You can search Always Be Gaming and you'll be able to find all of the video streams on there. So if you want to watch our pretty faces smiling for you, that's where we will be. We have some stuff we'll show you too along the way. Videos, pictures, any kind of relevant thing that we are talking about that we think would be beneficial to be able to have it up on the screen. That's where you're going to see it. But this is a podcast, so we're going to try to talk as much as we can. Matt, we've been playing Call of Duty. It came out on Friday. Call of Duty Vanguard is spicy, to say the least. I've played about 2 full nights of it. Haven't got to Prestige 1 yet or anything along that line. Don't even have every weapon unlocked. But I need to know, right now before we get into it, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you rating this Call of Duty?
Wow, that's just making me come out. We haven't recorded in forever, and you're going to hit me with a really hard question like that right out the gate. Okay. Rate it. Oh, gosh.
Not comparing to other Call of Duties.
No?
Just your enjoyment of the game. Yes.
As a game, oh, man, give me like high 7s.
Okay.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Rob City might say that that's not even a review, but you know what? I'll take it.
Okay. All right. For Rob, if Rob's listening, I'll give it a 7.8.
Okay.
That's 7.8.
That's really good. Yeah. I'm kind of, I would say a high 6, like maybe 6.7.
Fair. Okay.
This game is a lot of fun. I'm having a blast playing it, but I die so fast. It makes me so angry.
I've noticed the same thing.
Maybe I just haven't played actual multiplayer in a long time. I've been playing Warzone since Warzone came out and don't think I've played a single game of multiplayer since then. So maybe it's just a mindset. I'm used to having armor plates on top of what I'm doing, but I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think there's more than one reason why you're dying, and it's not just that reason. One, you haven't played in a while, but also two, like the spawns are broken. I know we're gonna get into this.
Yeah.
Spawns are bad. You don't have every weapon unlocked where some other people might, so you don't have those attachments. We don't know the maps.
Yeah, this is true.
Did you play the beta?
No.
Okay,
I didn't play
you
any
have
of
a
the
little bit of a
betas.
disadvantage.
Yeah, so this is literally on Friday when I jumped in to play. This was the first time seeing any of it. So it was very, very fresh. But I tell you what, I dropped a few 50s in domination. Got a lot of MVPs. I think that's the coolest part of the game is seeing the actual like highlight at the end. Sometimes they need to work on that algorithm because I have some sick things that didn't get shown on the highlight, but whatever.
Same.
But then voting for that MVP, I think that's so cool. That's a great addition to the game.
It's cool. They throw you a little 25-piece experience nugget there. If you just toss your hat in the ring, just give somebody a vote, you're gonna get 25 experience. I mean, come on. It's for everyone.
It's worth it. Don't vote for yourself. No matter what you do, don't vote for yourself.
Don't vote for yourself. Come on, guys.
Unless you just were absolutely insane in the game, then maybe vote for yourself. And the rest of your team sucked.
One of those accolades is most time near teammates. Seems kind of like a participation trophy.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's kind of more like just, I don't know if you want to throw the C word out there of camper, but maybe.
There it is.
I feel there's a few of them that I've seen that are really cool, or I like, is the most time by enemies. I think that's really cool. That's like a super aggressive person, which is the way I like to play. That's doesn't work out for me always, but and then there a funny one too is honorable mention.
I
don't really know what goes into that, but
no one knows, and that's the best part about it. Just okay, we're gonna throw you one. So that's cool.
Yeah. All right, let's see. There's a ton of maps that we've been playing. I'm gonna pull this up so we can see everything.
I think it's like more than 20. Is what I read.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
It's a lot.
I'm going to adjust your camera on here if you want to look at that while we're talking. Let me fix this.
Okay. Wait. Look at that? I don't think you're streaming on Discord. I don't think I can.
No. But I put the link in the.
In the in the doobly-doo? Sure.
In the doobly-doo.
Okay. I'm looking for it. I have no idea where I'm going. Where'd you put it?
Did I?
We'll edit this in post.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It should have the maps.
It's not in the notes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Pull up the maps. Multiplayer breakdown. I'm with you. Okay. Yep. All right. We're looking at maps here.
Right,
so,
hold on one second.
Goodness.
Let me just move this around.
Move it around town. For those of you who have not left due to our technical difficulties, thank you. We did quit our jobs. We're doing this full time.
This is it. Yeah.
Everything's riding on this.
All right.
Beans and rice.
We're here. Okay.
All right.
The maps. We're back. Okay. So there's a ton of maps. How many? 20.
Yes, sir. With another one on the way in 10 days.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. We've got Shipment, which everybody knows is one of the best. Oh, what?
They don't need to have Shipment in there. Get rid of that. Have just all new stuff.
I kind of like seeing some of the old levels, not reimagined, but maybe changed a little bit, but upscaled, looking good on the next gen.
So like Castle, that was from World at War.
Yes.
One of the best maps that they had there. They have it back in this game, and it plays really well. It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does have a lot of stuff going on. All these maps do. A lot of distractions. Which good or bad, it's graphic enhancement, I guess is what you would call it.
Yep.
It's nice. But yeah, all these maps are a lot of fun. It's kind of interesting. This says all 6v6 on here that we're seeing, but some of these I've played 10v10 or even like, I don't know if it's 12s or even more than that. But some
Oh
of these,
yeah,
some of these maps have a ton of stuff going on.
you've got maps. Yeah, this is all of them, and I think just don't even the 6v6 is incorrect because you've got some of these maps will host all the way down from 6v6 all the way up to 24 versus 24.
24? I have not played a game like that.
I played a 24v24 earlier today, and it was
Oh my
buck wild.
Lanta.
It was on it was on a snow level.
Oh, Red Star? Or
I want
Eagle's
to say,
Nest?
yeah, it was Red Star.
Or
24v24 on
Dimyanst?
Red Star.
How do you say that? Dimyanst.
I'm looking for that one. No, it wasn't that one. Although that one, man,
That one we played some good search and destroy on that map.
Yeah,
I like that.
getting
map.
up in that
was
little
good.
cathedral chapel
Yeah.
peak. It's a cheat code.
Yeah, it works good. I saw a glitch. This game has a lot of stuff going on that they might have a patch come out in the next week or so. I would assume to fix some of these small things. But Scump from Optic was streaming and was up in the tower. I think it was that tower, maybe another tower like that. And he was going ham and the enemy team called dogs in. And somehow a dog got up to where he was and killed him. And then he went and watched the kill cam. And the dog was like flying through the air, and it just glitched right into him. It was quite hilarious.
Oh, that's great. I think bugs abound. I have a clip on my Xbox where a helicopter was shot out of the sky and it like turned into like this thing that doesn't belong in the game. It just kept spinning and flying around in the sky and like it was following players around.
Geez.
It was super weird. I have a good 30-second clip of that, and you just go, that's not intentional. That's not normal.
Wow.
So
that's crazy. Have you had any maps that you've would call a favorite thus far?
Yeah, it's a good question. Let's see.
This
I'm
map
looking
is
at
called
this.
Numa.
Yeah, Numa, yeah.
I like the little dance that guy does.
Yeah, that's a throwback. There's going to be some young audience here who has no idea what you're talking about. If you care to know what Corbin is talking about right now, go type in Numa dance on YouTube, and you're going to see a very pixelated video of a man dancing.
Quite funny though. One of the original 2000 comedy videos.
Really old, like E-Bombs World old.
Yeah.
Favorite map, probably Oasis. I'm not saying I said that with an inflection, like I didn't know. It is for certain. It's Oasis for me. The reason I say that is this morning when I was playing with my buddy, I had a 23 kill streak. Almost got the nuke.
Oh wow!
Died. Almost got the nuke and I died.
That's insane.
Yeah, I've never got a nuke in I played Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2. Every year I've never got one.
Well,
got that
this
close.
Is your
I was
year.
sad.
This is your year.
We'll see. I might have just peaked though. It could be all downhill from here.
No.
Oasis is cool. What about you though? Favorite
I was trying to remember. I don't even know the name of it honestly, and I wish maybe one of these pictures was a little bit better. I think it is Numa. Honestly,
Can we click on these?
Yeah, you can click on them. They kind of
this is a good map.
I think this is one of them. I was playing a random search and destroy yesterday. No one else was online. I just hopped on and jumped in a public match. And I'll jump back to this, but I played amazing. I was top of my team, wasn't talking to anybody, didn't have the public voice chat on, but everyone was going crazy. Got a 360 throwing knife as the last kill on the last round to win it. I was the only one alive. It was sick. I should have been streaming. No one will believe me, but here you heard it first. Anyway, with that being said, well, Numa, yes, number one for me. But the voice chat in this game is insanely toxic. People have been hiding in their basements, living with their moms, eating their snacks, not paying any bills, not showering for 6 months, and they have so much smack to talk. It's crazy. This is worse than Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, everything that I've experienced thus far. People have no respect for anyone here. It is Crazy.
Yeah, it's to be expected. It is chat in a Call of Duty / Halo / that kind of environment. We all know about it, but you know, I'm glad to hear though that these men or women that you're talking to are living in their mom's basements. Most of the people I talk to are living with my mom.
Oh.
So, according to them,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they were definitely
so,
with my fat mom last night, and her fat bunghole likes the way that your potato dick fills in her. So that's some of the stuff that I heard. It's quite crazy.
I listened to a guy talking about how we all needed to be grateful for him serving in the military, and I'm a guy who loves the military. I think if you serve, thank you very much for your service. Appreciate
Absolutely,
that
thank
sacrifice. It was weird to hear a guy in Call of Duty running around playing a video game with children, telling everybody that he used to be in the military and that we should be grateful. I just thought that was why here?
Yeah, that kind of
you hear everything in these chats.
Yeah, it's tough. I kind of feel like that's he was in RTOC, not the military, like at his high school, but maybe.
Yeah, could have been.
Anyway, they're very, very toxic in any of the public matches. If you have the chance, we promote being nice to people and having a good heart here. Don't have to be an asshole online to people you don't know. But if you're in the zone and you got to say something, It's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it goes sometimes.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm having a good time playing Vanguard. Hopefully there's a lot more to come. I really, really am looking forward to rank play. I heard a rumor that there's going to be rank play with this at some point for multiplayer, which would make sense. Everyone has been begging for that in the last couple Call of Duties, and to be able to have that is definitely going to drive people to want to play it a lot more and not get fed up with everything. So I think that's going to be fun if they do add that.
Yeah. I mean, all the top esports, like most of the games that you see people playing that have large dedicated player bases have some sort of level of ranked or competitive.
Yeah, true.
And the fact that it hasn't been around for a while is baffling.
True.
So,
and I feel
I'll definitely jump in there.
Yeah, there's I don't really know how, unless you were streaming or going to public events, on how, if you're a very, very good Call of Duty player, to get known into the professional world or semi-professional world, how you even go about that. I feel like this ranked has a good chance to, bring new people out of the weeds to come into that world, but we shall see. We shall see. They the weapon-wise, there's pretty much 2 weapons people are using. And it kind of goes the same for not only everybody who's just been playing the game casually, but also according to the professionals of what they're going to be using in the professional scene. And it is just the MP40 and the STG. MP40 and STG. It's fun to have a good weapon to rely on, but it kind of sucks that it's just 2 weapons that are, the main ones that are being used right now.
Yeah, I like diversity in my games. Now I don't want to change courses too much here, but like when you think about like a game like Overwatch, each character is linked to the weapon and the abilities, and so therefore it's not like you can't pick up weapons, right? You can't pick your weapon.
Right.
You have to pick that class. And when I'm watching Call of Duty League and everybody's running the same 2 guns, it just gets stale, Yeah. And I wish, so one of the things I've seen leagues do is where each week they'll have bans on certain weapons. And so you go, okay, this week we're going to be watching, Optic versus Dallas, but the bans are no STG, no MP40, right? And so everybody's got to pick other guns. It makes them get good at other guns because they never know what week that gun that they're best at is going to be banned. So it would be a cool idea. yeah, it just kind of creates better content, and it's like it doesn't go away forever. It just goes away that 1 week, and every team has the same bans. And so it'd be a cool idea. I don't know. I know we're going to talk a little bit about the Warzone integration, but like I think that the weapon pool is about to be massive.
It's
like,
crazy, yeah.
And you go, man, I've got so many weapons to choose from in every Call of Duty. Only having 2 that are like the absolute just favorite, they need to scale them back a little bit and maybe make it better for some of these others to shine. So I don't know. Which are you using one of those 2?
Absolutely.
Which one? Or both?
I've been using the MP40 a ton. I don't remember what level I have that to. Maybe like 30 something. And then I started using some of the STG earlier today as well. But I also saw that at least Scump, I don't know why all the news I'm bringing forth is from Scump, but saw it on Twitter today. He did like some videos of what he's going to be using, and he had MP40 STG, and he also had an automation class, automotion. I don't even know how you say that. Automation. No I there.
Yeah.
It kind of seems weird. Anyway, but yeah, he said that one as well. I have not used that gun, but you know, I'm gonna definitely try all of them a lot. Hopefully, get them all fully leveled. They definitely have a lot of levels to them, so that might take some time. But you know, I think it's a cool thing. They have so many. I wish I had it pulled up, but I don't. They have so many attachments that you can put on these weapons. It's insane. I don't know.
10 attachments per gun.
10 attachments? Holy moly! Yeah.
Yeah, which I think that's cool. It lets you kind of fine tune these guns on a level that you've never been able to fine tune them at. And I think the thing I like about that, and I might be wrong, I think time will tell us,
Yeah.
you know, whether or not I'm right or wrong here. But I think that when you can fine tune something that much and change little pieces about it across many different attachments, I think it makes it more difficult to say this is the absolute best way to run this weapon.
Very true.
And I like that. I like that there's
Yeah,
a little bit more diversity.
It could be the way that you're trying to get these MVP votes too. If you're a runner and gunner, going to be spending the most time by enemies, there's going to be certain attachments that are going to work best for that. But if you're kind of staying back and just picking people off left and right, there's going to be ways that you can customize the same gun to work better for you in that situation. So, yeah, I definitely think that that's good. It's kind of a player's advantage, which is good. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited to see that. But, yeah, you talked about Warzone integration. That's going to – unfortunately, I was really hoping – I mean, we knew this for a while coming into it, but I was really hoping that this map would drop as soon as this game came out. But it's cool that we have a whole new map. It's coming out December 3rd. It is called Caldera, and the Pacific is where it's based. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It looks like it. Have you looked into this much?
I haven't. You're going to have to tell me more about it.
Oh, my. Okay. Let me pull up this picture of this just to kind of show the people. But, so this map is about the same size as Verdansk, according to what people have found. I guess just breaking down the map size of like the scale that's on this picture that we have and everything along that line. But it's similar to Verdansk, which is good. Verdansk is big enough. I don't think it needs to be much bigger, much smaller. It gives you plenty of spaces to drop on the map. So this part of Warzone, Caldera, is going to be cool because it's not going to only have like ground vehicles, which is going to have some of those too, but we're also going to have airplanes. Airplanes in a Call of Duty. I don't know if that's, well, I know that that's never been done before. And that's going to be sweet. I really do think that that's kind of a competitive thing that they did to try to combat with Battlefield coming out. Battlefield is all about flying and ground. So I think that that's a cool thing to see. Yeah, so they, on this Caldera map, what we've got, the only reason we have a picture of the map thus far is because Call of Duty did an event releasing the game. I think it was Thursday. And they have these jackets that kind of look like from this time. of when the game is based, and on the inside of these jackets, they had the map plastered in there. And Maven, I don't know if you watched that at all, but Maven took off the jacket and showed it to the camera, like, "Look, here's the map." I'm not sure if he was supposed to do that, but he did anyway. That was funny. So yeah, that's why we had this.
Oh, that's good.
It looks like we have a few spots already labeled. I'll read those off just so we kind of have an idea of what the map is going to look like based off of the names of these places. Okay. Naval Shipyard, Ore Processing Docks, Ancient Structures, Volcano, Phosphor Mines, Beach Defenses, Submarine Base, Taro Farms, Airport, Fishing Village, and City Capital. Now, I had heard a rumor that this might have some locations of old Call of Duty maps. I don't really know how accurate that is, but the only one that I can really picture is Airport, of that plane there. What was that, Modern Warfare? The original one? Or was that Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah. Is one of those, yeah.
Yeah, one of those. But anyway, I think it's going to be cool. Something else I've heard about the map, this volcano that's on there, is like an actual mountain with volcano. There's going to be a bunch of elevation change, but not in the same way as Verdansk was with like skyscrapers and stuff. It's going to be elevation changes on like the terrain. So like this volcano is going to be a pretty good mountain, and this volcano is going to be actually active to where at some point during the round, I don't know if it's going to go off and it's going to actually kill people or something like that. I have no idea how that's going to work. These are all just speculations, but I think that that is crazy if that's truly the way that that's going to be.
Yeah. Well, and Volcano was a map in Advanced Warfare, which was also made by Sledgehammer Games.
Interesting.
So that may have that integration there, kind of follow in line with what you were saying, where they kind of stitch together.
I did not play
maps.
Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3, where they had all the jumping on the wall and everything like that. I did not play those games. Those games were trash.
There is a vocal minority, they're very loud, that they think Advanced Warfare was the best Call of Duty ever. And I disagree. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But if you are listening to this pod and you're an Advanced Warfare person, drop us a comment. Yeah, leave a review. Let us know. We'll announce to the world why you think it's the best. I'd love to know why people say that, because on Reddit they are very vocal. So, but yeah, I think I like that. I like when they stitch in some of the pre-existing stuff into a map. Like, I just think it's cool. I like, like I was saying earlier about these maps that are remakes. I think it's really neat to see them reimagined.
Yeah, if they can make it work, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how much PUBG you played, if any.
A bit.
Okay, they had kind of a, not really whenever the game first came out, but they eventually had a smaller map that was kind of jungly. And from the pictures and very short videos I've seen of it, the terrain of this map kind of has that same vibe. So you're going to have lots of little rivers, I believe, to be able to cross in there. So you're going to have a lot of different terrains to go through. I'm very excited for it. I can't get here soon enough. We have pretty much a month until this comes out. So that's going to be just time we spend grinding, getting these weapon skins to look good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Anything else you want to touch on Vanguard?
I want them to fix the bugs. I want this new Warzone map. And if submarine base is what I'm imagining in my mind, that's going to be where I drop, because I want to be able to go into the top of a submarine in the base, camp inside the submarine in the final circle. So you have to run down and find me inside.
Oh, that would be terrible. Yeah, I wonder
awful.
how the last circle's going to work. If like just guys just flying around in planes and you're on the ground.
I bet it's pretty hard to turn one of those airplanes. And I bet you if you go into the gas or whatever they're going to make it, that airplane is probably going to go down.
Yeah.
So I bet you by final circle, you probably couldn't even turn in that final circle, and I bet you got to land it and jump out. That's my guess.
The new
see.
Bertha.
Yeah.
Man, I did see it. They're going to have all of the Modern Warfare and Cold War guns in this new map as well. I think for some time it's going to be just not Cold War, Vanguard stuff. That might even be just a select option you have when playing the game of just Vanguard weapons. But yeah, they're going to have everything that you've played with in the past for Warzone. You're able to play with here. So that's, that kind of makes me think that there's going to be buying loadouts and everything along that line too, which I'm not the biggest fan. It doesn't feel like a true battle royale at that point. I think of a battle royale like PUBG, like how Battlefield used to have their, what was it called, Firestorm, to where you just pick up a weapon and then you're putting attachments on it throughout the game. The better stuff you find, the more likely you are to pull off a good victory at the end. But it's also nice to have a weapon that you're super comfortable with after at some point too. So there's a balance in there. But yeah, it's very interesting to see.
Now, that weapon pool, now we're spanning now 3 games, right?
150 weapons.
Like when, that's so many weapons.
That's stupid.
What am I supposed to do with 150 weapons?
How do you keep all that balanced?
I think that's where the balance is. I think there's got to be some overlap here. You telling me that you have 150 unique weapons that all operate differently? There's zero. I do not believe it. Some of these guns have got to be have like a brother gun that operates just like it. There's no way.
I don't know.
So
I really would like it to just be Vanguard.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I'm thinking
Move on
Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering. Like when you've got these card games. We're not a card pod. Hashtag not a card pod. But we are dealing with games that have thousands of cards in the pool to pick from, and they have this thing called standard. Standard is anything in the last 2 years that's come out is fair game. Anything that has not come out in the last 2 years goes into a completely separate playlist.
Oh,
right.
Interesting.
So so you have historic, which means any card that we've ever made you can use, or you've got standard, which means for the people who are new, let's say you just now got into Call of Duty. You didn't buy Modern Warfare, you didn't buy any of these other games. You don't know what those. Do you want to go back into that back catalog and have to
that's
figure
true.
out what gun? That's
man.
If you're starting out today, you have the Netflix problem, which I don't know if this ever happens to you, but I'll be scanning through Netflix and there's so many choices. I don't make a choice. I sit there for 20 minutes, flipping, wondering what's the best thing. Okay, I might watch that, but is there something better? And I keep just scanning. And I feel like with 150 guns, I've got the same problem. It's like, man, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Just now starting into Warzone, and oh wait, okay, the Growl is now actually the best weapon. Okay, I don't have any of those attachments on there. So how am I supposed to grind? I don't have Modern Warfare. I can't go back and play Shipment to get all these things unlocked. Oh, no one's even playing that game anymore. That's a great point. I don't know how you do that. I hope that's not true. I hope it's all just Vanguard stuff, but who knows? Yeah,
at some point they gotta cut it off and say, okay, we're only gonna, because it looks like the trend moving forward is we're gonna keep putting in whatever the latest Call of Duty is going to go into Warzone, because Warzone's its own standalone thing now. And I like that. I think that's really cool that they said, okay, we're going to continue to evolve this and it's going to be free for everybody. That's really cool. I do like the way Warzone's set up, but I think we need to cut off and start to, what's it called? Sunset some of the weapons.
Yeah, I agree.
At some point.
I agree. It's fun. All good stuff. But yeah, Vanguard's fun. 8? You said 7.8?
7.8, 7.9. Can't remember.
Man, it's moving up. 8.1 now?
No, God, no. No. 7.9 tops.
Oh, my thing didn't play. I was trying to show you how you were being suspicious.
Let's go. Oh my God.
But yeah, okay. So another game that we've been playing, we grinded a lot when it first came out, and I haven't played as much lately. But New World, New World is a fantastic game. And if you're looking for a game to just sit back and grind, New World is where it's at.
Big grinds. Big grinds that make you feel like you might be kind of enjoying those days back in RuneScape when all you did was grind.
Yeah, it definitely has so many good things from games in the past, like the different, like you brought up RuneScape, like being able to really focus on specific skills, like mining, wood cutting, any of these different crafting stuff. Really cool thing that they have there. Having a market in the game to be able to buy and sell stuff, also super cool. But then also kind of being like Skyrim almost. Like it kind of has that same feel of adventuring and going out and, oh, you want to do a quest? Well, I don't want to do that quest. I'm going to go do something else, and then I'll finish that quest later on. A lot, and the map is just gigantic, and it's only going to get bigger too. Endless opportunities in that game.
Yeah. You touched on one of my favorite points of the game, which is that there really is no track. You could really choose your own adventure. You have a journal full of quests, and there is no rush to get on that main storyline quest. You can go out and for people who are completionists, people who like to smell the roses, the side quests are aplenty. So much so that they refresh, I think, every several hours. So there's no limit.
That's true.
You know, so you can really just pace yourself however you want. I think that it's a great game. Especially, it's refreshing that you have an MMO of this scale that does not cost $15 a month. That is an archaic model, and I love me some World of Warcraft. Out of any game I've ever played, I have more hours in that game than anything else. And the fact that today you still have to pay $15 a month when that was the case over 10 years ago. Like, guys, find a better model, find a better way.
See, and that's why I played RuneScape and not World of Warcraft, because RuneScape was $5 and World of Warcraft was $15. I was like, oh, well, I'll just save $10 and play this game.
And a lot of these games have changed to a free-to-play model where there's kind of like a subscription service for those people who want like some exclusive content every month, or some things in the game that are kind of like roped off from the general player base, but at least you can get in and play.
Yeah.
I love that New World. It was not $60, so the price point's right, and massive player base. It really did scratch that itch in the beginning. Now, where I'm at today, you'd said that we're not really playing as much as we were. What I found was that the hook really started to wane. I think what the first thing that like opened my eyes to, okay, maybe this isn't like the game that I'm going to play for the next 2 years for me, was the first time we all went to play a dungeon. We all went into a dungeon together, and we had to bring those keys. And early on in the game, I don't know about late game, but you have to craft those keys. You can't just go run this thing over and over again like you can in a lot of other MMOs.
Yeah, true.
That was a turnoff for me. But then the other thing too, that really I think would have hooked me more, would be picking up and playing with friends at any stage that they're at. So like there is no incentive other than those dungeons to being in a party with your friends and questing, because there is no system for that.
Unless you're doing PvP.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing PvP, in which case go find your strongest buddies.
Yeah.
Your very strongest. and just run around and murder everybody. That's absolutely hysterical when it's going right. It's great.
Yeah, PvP is kind of weird in that game. I feel like the way the map is set up that you're only like 1 through 25 on here for like the quest, I guess is really what that's set up for, like the enemy levels, 25 through 35, etc., up to 60. I feel like it should be the same for PvP. You shouldn't be able to PvP if you're level 60 in a level 1 through 25 area. But I feel like, because I feel like especially any of like the wars and anything that go on in that game, you can't be involved in them unless you're level 60. No one's going to pick you up for those unless you're a high skilled player. They're not just going to have some level 28 or whatever level I am, level 30 something, to come in there and play in this war whenever I'm just going to get destroyed by all these level 60 players who are playing in it.
Yeah.
Kind of stinks.
Yeah. The where it shines bright. Where it fails pretty big.
Yeah.
And I feel like it for me as a player, I don't often pick up on the failings of a game until I have many hours played.
True.
And this game I picked up on that very early. Another thing, and I know I'm just kind of shitting on this game right now, and I will get to the part that I like, but the fast travel system is so broken that no one uses it. Everybody's like, I'd rather kill myself than use these resources. And the way it works is you have limited resources for fast travel, and it's pretty expensive based on how much weight you have for inventory, how far away the place is that you want to fast travel to.
Mm-hmm.
And so what a lot of people are doing is they're setting up, you have the ability to set up a camp somewhere. And if you die, you have the choice to either go back to your hometown or to the camp. And so people are just killing themselves, walking in the water, letting wolves ravage them or whatever, and then fast traveling back to these places rather than using the actual thing in the game that the developers intended you to use. Yeah. If people are skirting the system that you put in place, then that system does not work.
I agree. Yeah, you definitely should. That should be free. There shouldn't be any cost to fast traveling.
Just make it once an hour. Fast travel once an hour. Easy.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I mean, it would be a lot more enjoyable if that was the case.
Yeah.
But Newer is great. It's a grind. So if you want to put some hours into a good game, I definitely recommend it.
Beautiful game. I love the leveling system.
It's beautiful.
I like the combat.
Oh, yeah. Combat's so fun.
It's good. There's better than any other MMO.
Different weapon choices you can do. And you don't have to like just specialize in one thing. You can, I mean, it definitely helps to specialize in one, I guess, type of weapon, hammer, great axe, whatever your choice is there. But you can always go back and learn another one too, and change your perks, I guess is what you're called, or your attributes towards a certain skill base. It's where you can utilize a different thing later on throughout your life in New World, or your character's life in New World. I think that's super cool because they're all fun to play, from healing to mage to using a sword and shield to using a big old great hammer. They're all super fun. They all have their advantages in certain spots. That's for sure too.
Yeah, it's fun. I'll probably get back in it, when I've got a little bit of time. And that's the one thing too about this game too. And I think maybe that's my final thought on it, which is you got to have time. And for the casual gamer, this is not your game. You will never get where you need to be to catch up.
It's it's definitely a running simulator. That's for sure too.
Yeah. You got to have massive time on your hand. This is for young men, single, no kids, then get on in, dive in. But if you've got a career, a wife, and a child like this man across from me, good luck.
Very true. Very true. All right, we'll move on. Into the esports world, I guess, pretty much, or mostly just I don't even know if you would consider them a true esport company, just really a kind of a life company. I don't even know what you would technically call them, but they have streamers, they have professional gaming teams, They have a clothing line, and this is FaZe we're talking about. They have now bought into or been bought into a going to be publicly traded in 2022. First U.S. esport team to become a publicly traded company. That's crazy.
It's crazy. And I kind of feel like Warren Buffett looking at crypto. I don't quite get it.
Yeah, me either.
And that makes me feel old. I feel like an old man looking at a new thing and going, and being skeptic. And I'm sure this is good. I just don't get it. And I need somebody to explain it to me.
A $1 billion evaluation. How is an esport company $1 billion? Holy moly.
Maybe that's true. I mean, maybe it's worth more than that. Maybe it's not. And that's the crazy thing is, stocks and companies and evaluations are all speculative. And I'm sure that this has its fair share of critics.
Yeah.
I'm not critiquing it. I have a giant question mark over my head about this. I know the idea of and today's traders are different than your mom and dad trading stocks back in the day. I understand the game is completely different on Wall Street now, but the idea used to be the more money you gave a company, chances are the better that company would get and the more money they would make. And then therefore it's profitable for everybody. I just don't know if you throw a ton of money at this FaZe Clan, how do they go use that to make more money? I just don't understand the model. And so that's why I go, I may not invest in this. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Corbin?
Man, I literally I don't know how to approach this as like an investment standpoint. I'm not going to throw money at FaZe for investing because I don't understand how it's supposed to. I mean, I guess it just becomes more worldwide. They get more fans here in the U.S., sell more merch, sell more NFTs for them to make money. I don't know, but super cool for them. I mean, hell, that's every one of these other esport owners, from Nadeshot to Hex. That's the goal. They to be able to have a company that's worth $1 billion. These guys started as just posting 360 highlight snipes from I think they started Call of Duty 2, maybe Call of Duty 3. Whenever they started posting all those on there. I mean, it's from going from that, these guys living in a house together in New York. I think there were 6 of them, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But they now have a $1 billion company. Dude, come on. That's the dream. That's insane.
It's a great story no matter what happens. I mean, these guys are going to get paid. They're going to get their money, whether this thing flies or tanks. So congrats to them no matter what.
Yeah.
2020 hindsight on this is going to be, either we missed the boat or because this thing's not going to just like.
No, I kind of think this is maybe they're setting the future for other gaming organizations.
I've heard there's only 3 ways you could be successful. You can be smarter, you can be first, or you can cheat. And I don't like to cheat, and I'm not usually the smartest guy in the room, so it just helps to be first. And these guys are definitely first out the gate on this. And so my thought though is, so I look at these FaZe Clan, Optic, all these esport companies. Shout out to Envy, our boys down the street. I look at them as like sports teams. That's my idea of them. Okay, but they have more than one sport. They can have any video game, and each one of those is like a little league, right? But the Dallas Cowboys aren't a publicly traded team.
No, they don't even pay taxes.
Right? They only paid for a little bit of that stadium.
Yeah.
And so, but if the model for a quote unquote sports team or a sports brand was to publicly fund it, then they would have done it, but they don't. And so that's why I just don't get it. And congrats to him. I'm not salty. I'm not even the old man saying get off my lawn. I'm just saying I'll be interested to see where it goes. It's cool.
Yeah, me too.
It's big news.
Me too. Yeah, it's crazy because, kind of the same thing with complexity. Complexity is kind of associated with Dallas Cowboys. They got huge streamers. Tim the Tatman joined them as well. So, I mean, but I just don't, they're very different from say the Dallas Cowboys to Complexity Gaming. Totally different aspects, scale-wise. And, I don't know. I definitely kind of get your picture of looking at them like a sports team, and I'm sure that's how they view themselves too. These gaming organizations, like, hey, we are Dallas Envy. That's kind of our sport, and that's our brand. That's how we're recognized. Hopefully, our audience views us as quote unquote, when people say who do they cheer for? Oh, we cheer for Dallas Envy. That's our team that we cheer for. But it's kind of set up in a different way. Dallas Cowboys, like you said, aren't publicly traded. They're a non-profit, essentially. So it's just weird. But yeah, congrats, FaZe. I think that's crazy. Definitely setting the standard for the future of this. And this is only the beginning. There's going to be a lot more. And a lot more maybe happening sooner than later with a rumor and a lot of little accidental leaks of Optic and our boys Dallas Envy combining to becoming Optic Dallas. What do you think about that? You said you hadn't heard anything about this.
I honestly, I may not deserve to be on this podcast because I haven't heard anything about this, and I just may be in my own little turtle shell over here. But this is break up the monopoly. This is the two biggest powerhouses in esports coming together. If that's true, tell me what you know about it so I can make a better judgment.
The only thing that I know is that I just keep seeing small little rumors and accidental videos that streamers are posting. Like I saw Shotzi from the Empire earlier today was reviewing or showing on while he was streaming, watching something that I think Scump had posted or was showing him somehow, and like a transition going from one part of a video to the next showed this Dallas Optic Dallas logo, and he was like, "Oh snap!" And wasn't supposed to show that. It's I don't really know what this entails. No one can really say when this is actually happening or if it's actually happening. But everything I've seen, I've seen a lot of rumors on Twitter too about it, that's going to happen. Oh, what is this? Trademark application. Just in October for Optic Dallas. Wow. Okay.
So that's just that's massive.
October 21st, just submitted. Wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fake Twitter handles with the Optic Dallas saying they're the official Dallas COD league.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a really, really beautifully like either a face swap or some sort of Photoshop here.
Oh snap.
Did you see this picture I'm talking about? Shows Scump, Shotzi, Dashy, and Illy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fake. That's fake AF. Look at the game fuel on the shoulders and the scuff. That's all of this is fake.
It's not verified. That's like a it's like a whatever next to that. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. You saw the little cogwheel.
Yeah, I thought that was a check mark too.
It does look like the check mark.
Yeah.
But no, that's clearly not a real account. That's just somebody who made that. Good for them for getting 2,000 followers. But if that's true, then awesome. I would love to see the Dallas boys and mainly Scump, because Scump's my guy. And who was the other big guy from Optic that just retired?
I don't know.
Oh man, Optic. I'm doing a little gaming. Retire. Let's see. It was big. Formal just retired.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they dropped Envoy from their team. That I mean, your two big players from the team leaving. That really only leaves like two guys. The big boy, redheaded guy who has a brother in the league somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
and Scump. And then so
But they have a lot of just. I mean, and that's. I also heard Hex talking about this on his podcast, of like not just supporting these guys while they're professional gamers, but also hosting, like being part of a brand, like being Optic. You know, like Hitch almost for Optic. All he does is create content. And just supporting. I like what he does. He seems like a good person. Don't really know him, but like kind of the same with Scump. Whenever he retires from professional gaming, he's still gonna have a huge following for that. Just because he's a funny guy. But yeah, so I'm very, very interested to see what this turns into. I haven't heard anybody actually officially even really talk about it at all. It's all just rumors, but yeah, I think that if this does happen, it'd be huge. Oh, here's this
I'll go ahead and
video.
call it. We're the first podcast to cover this story, so we're on the cutting edge, guys. We're out here on the firing lines of esports, getting dirty, digging up the newest, biggest stories,
Yeah,
and breaking them live.
I like
here
it.
on the chat.
Here, I found the video that Shotzi. I'll
roll it.
Yeah, let me roll it and I'll send it to you in a little bit. Here we go. Let's put this in here. So he showed it was a transition of showing the logo there. Maybe he was just faking it too. But let me see. I'll send this to you here.
That sounds like a really genuine, like,
Yeah. It came from The Flank. The Flank podcast, I don't know if you've heard of them. They posted this too. Shotzi accidentally leaks Optic Dallas on stream, shows a video clip, lets it run too long, and has the logo at the end.
But okay. Yeah, I see it here.
We'll see. Who knows? All fun and games. If it does happen, I expect to be at one of those headquarters soon. Envy, we talked a lot. Matt and I need to come out and get a tour of the headquarters. That would be awesome.
We're cool guys.
Yeah, we're cool guys.
Along with.
We're cool guys, huh?
We're cool guys. We're cool guys.
Guys, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, let us in. Let me in.
All right. Let's see. Anything else you want to cover about any of this before we just kind of talk about games that are... We'll just say games that are coming up. Battlefield 2024, November 19th. It's going to be a lot of fun to play the multiplayer. Are you getting it?
I've never played a Battlefield in my whole life.
Okay, I don't blame you. No, some people are either Call of Duty or Battlefield. I've only played Battlefield because a good friend in college and high school, Alan, he plays a lot of Battlefield, so I play that with him as well. They did have a decent Battle Royale in their last one, but the looting and there was a lot of little things that made it just unplayable. So they have said they're not having a Battle Royale in this game, which, I mean, they do, they don't. Either way, the game's a lot of fun to play. Whole map kind of changes throughout the whole thing. It looks a lot of fun. From the beta, I saw some people play a few weeks ago too. It looks really good. It was very, very buggy though, unless you had like a super performing PC. But like some people who did not, it was not very playable, which is unfortunate. But should be fun. We'll have more details on that as that gets closer. Halo Infinite, that is going to be the biggest one that drops in December. Everybody's been waiting 6 years, maybe longer than that, for a new Halo. Actually don't even know when Halo 5 came out. But anyway, this is most likely going to be the last Halo that they do. And it looks amazing from some of the gameplay videos I've seen and the little bit of multiplayer I've been able to watch as well. Some guys were able to get in and play this if they had like a big streamers. Like I watched Legion play some of this too. If you don't know who Legion is, he is hysterical. He's on Twitter. He's a Twitch streamer. One of the funniest people I've ever watched. Highly recommend him just to watch that. But Halo should be fun. They've said the only BR they are concerned with is the battle rifle. So would be fun if they also had a battle royale, but who knows? Doc always talks about how Halo would have the best battle royale, but Halo gives no crap about what Doc thinks. Obviously, they're just here to make a game. But yeah, and then you got something as well, Matt. Hey, Overwatch.
Yeah. Well, so we're on the anniversary of 2 years ago this week announced Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. These were announced 2 years ago.
Wow.
Seems to be a little bit early. Because we're not going to get them now. They were supposed to be here this year. Then they said next year, and now they're saying 2023.
Oh my god! So whenever we went to, what was it called? DreamHack? QuakeCon? Is that the Diablo they were promoting there?
So it wasn't promoted there. What they were promoting there was
that was Doom, wasn't it?
That was Doom.
Oh,
I could see how you'd get them confused. Very similar archetypes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was announced at BlizzCon 2 years ago. I don't know if you saw, but when there was a big, it gets copied all the time in copy pasta. But the Diablo 4 was announced after they announced a Diablo for phones, a Diablo game for phones, and everybody got pissed. And then they came out the next year, and then they said, "Okay, now we're going to make a Diablo 4." And I just think that it's ridiculous to announce a game that isn't going to be out within a year's time. Like,
it's crazy.
You
know what?
I mean,
yeah, Apex Legends. No one knew anything about it until the day it dropped, and it's been super successful.
Awesome, dude. You and I were on it that day, and like that was one of the coolest. That was one of the coolest things ever. I love surprise drops.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I mean,
because I know that you love. I know you love Overwatch, and Overwatch 2 is just going to be Overwatch, but with a new title, maybe some new maps. That's kind of what.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, all right. You got anything else you want to say to the people before we close it out? Get out of here.
It's good to be back. Glad to be here. Yes. Glad you guys are listening. Keep listening. Supporting us. We appreciate every single individual listen. And yeah, guys, that's all I've got.
All right. I love it. Same thing Matt said. Thank you guys for listening, for watching on YouTube. Be sure to tell a friend, share it. That's how we're going to grow. Word of mouth. We only rely on you guys, the fans, the listeners. So thank you all so much for everything. We'll be back maybe next week, 2 weeks. I don't know what our schedule is. I think we're going to do every other week for now until we have a lot of content or things that we feel like we should cover every week. But remember, like and subscribe. Follow the Instagram, Always Be Gaming. We will be here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. T-Pain, take us out. Why would you?
Pre-order, preload, pre-com. Yo, that's all I got for you tonight. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.